So, good evening, good evening. We are back again with the Real Talk podcast. We only deal with factual information here, none of this Mickey Mouse talk. But make sure you are smashing the likes up. We have not even hit 100, and there is 350 inside already. So that's not very good. So yeah, you're moving real slow, a little bit like Martin Odegaard in international break. Failing to do anything against Kazakhstan, that mighty footballing nation. Anyway, buckle up. We're going to hit you with some facts and some truth bombs. Big up to Jezza. How are you, mate? Happy Monday.
I'm all good, mate. Yeah, I'm all good. Really enjoyed the England game at the weekend. Oh, what am I saying? I enjoyed an England game. Hey, what can I say? Yeah, I'm looking forward to the game at the weekend with a little bit of concern. I was saying to this backstage, Kenny was saying, yeah, I'm looking forward to the atmosphere, which is always a great atmosphere in those games, but I'm just concerned, I won't lie. I've got concerns about it. And yeah, tomorrow night, England, I'll be watching that game. England have turned, maybe. Hey, what can we say?
Maybe, although Ireland ain't very good, let's be real. Their manager's part-time, and ain't he a dentist or something? I think he's actually a dentist. That's his full-time job.
Icelandic, yeah.
Mad. Kenny, how are you, mate? Obviously, you love international footy, so I'm sure you're quite looking forward to tonight's game as well.
You mean tomorrow's game in England-Finland, you mean?
Well, France play tonight, France-Belgium.
I'll be looking forward to that. I'll be definitely watching that. But one thing I would say, what weekend, eh? No football, but you had some pork chops. You had a go at a manager of Irish descent who refused to sing for the national anthem, and you had two Irish lads scoring the goals for England. I mean, the irony of it all. I mean, that's the story in itself. An Irishman managing England refuses to sing the national anthem, which is about Queen or King rather than this great country, and two Irish players scored the goals that beat Ireland. As I said, football's a funny old game, as Jimmy Greaves has said, and he's got Irish descent as well.
Oh dear, what were the odds on both of them scoring, man? It's crazy. Matty, how are you, mate? Did America win? They were losing to Canada. I never checked the score.
Yeah, I didn't watch that trash, man. I wasn't even wasting my time with it. Until the man comes in, there's no need even watching that until Pochettino's announced, which I think gets announced tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken. What I read.
Oh, Poch is the new manager.
He's new manager. Yeah, he's new manager.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're actually excited about that. You know, he'll at least get us some decent wins here or there. I did not watch any. You know, I take that back. I watched that awful Brazil game the other night.
Oh man, me and you both. Jesus Christ.
That was absolutely shambolic. That was a shambolic game. But how Brazil have fallen. Other than that, man, no international football for me. The NFL kicked off this weekend. My Patriots won yesterday. All y'all Cincinnati Bengal fans, sorry for you. And we move on. But yeah, we got a big one this weekend. Massive game this weekend. And we've got this kicks off the season. The season starts on this weekend. So it is time to get down to business.
It is indeed. Make sure you follow all the lads as well. I love their links pinned in the comments shortly. Or if one of the mods can do it. All three in one, though. Like all of their links in one text or one post, sorry, and I'll pin it. But yeah, before we start talking about Arsenal, I want to get your thoughts on Declan Rice not celebrating. Because I was watching that game and I was like, why ain't he celebrating? He's giving it, I'm sorry. After he's donned the white shirt, the Three Lions, sung his heart out with the national anthem about the King of England, right? And then scored and went, actually, I'm sorry. Then his interview afterwards said it's because his grandparents were no longer with us. He didn't want to disrespect them. Well, sorry to break it to you, Declan, but he probably did that by wearing the England shirt and playing for England against Ireland, mate. And then while I was watching the game, I said on the watch-along, I said, I guarantee if Jack Grealish scores, he celebrates. And lo and behold, he jumped up into the crowd, give it all of that one. Yeah, what? And I thought that just goes to show, right? And Declan's come out with a PR statement about his grandparents and all of that. For me, that just goes to show the difference in playing for Man City and playing for Arsenal. Everything has to be nice at Arsenal, Whereas at Man City, it just shows that who gives a shit? We're here to win.
Mm.
And I don't know. What do you guys think? Maybe I'm overreacting, but I just thought it was a bit weird that he came out with that after the game.
I just think it was the fact that, you know, he was he trying to give respect back to the Ireland fans? I don't know, Lee. I tend to hold the corner that at the end of the day, if you scored a bloody goal, you scored the goal, celebrate, man. You know, you're wearing the England shirt. So if you're wearing the England shirt and you just score for England, then surely you celebrate. But what do I know? Yeah, Grealish did it. So all a bit confusing. Touching on the point of the media having a go at Lee Carsley. What is it? What is it with this English press, man? Right, that they gas a new manager up. Right, we got a new manager. We got rid of Southgate. Brilliant. And then you try and rip the place down. I mean, what is that about? Just give the man the support at this point in time. He's only a caretaker. Yeah, give him the support he deserves. I thought in the first half England were very good. But, yeah, I mean, Declan Rice, if you don't want to celebrate, don't celebrate. I think you're taking the piss myself. But at the end of the day, that's your choice. If you score against your home country in Ireland, when you're playing for England, then expect the abuse you're going to get. Because at the end of the day, does it matter if you celebrate? Yes, it does. So
I think the only way a player shouldn't celebrate is, like, let's say on replayed against us and scored against us.
Yeah,
I'd fully expect him not to celebrate because he's a legend of Arsenal Football Club.
It's different.
But it is different, because if you've played for Ireland 3 times, then you decided, actually, I don't want to play for Ireland anymore. I want to play for England. Then you sing the national anthem in Ireland Stadium and then score, and they go, well, actually, I draw the line that's not celebrating against them. It's a bit late, isn't it? Come on, what are we doing here? Bit late, mate. Yeah, like, do me a favour. What did you make of it, Kenny?
Well, first and foremost, just want to talk about it in chronological order. I just want to sort of have a go at the hypocrites. You know, the hypocrites like Mike Parry,
He's a wrong that bloke.
And that ghastly woman who used to write for the News of the World and the Sunday Mirror, treacherous as it is, Carol Malone. Now, all three of them, all free speech advocates. So if you're free speech advocates, surely you wouldn't begrudge a man using his own personal choice not to sing the national anthem. I mean, you're either free speech or you're not free speech or freedom of expression. You can't have it both ways. Scream about free speech, left, right, and centre, to the extent that our ears are bleeding, to the extent they're going to pop out and fall off because all we hear rammed down our ear holes is free speech. Then all of a sudden, someone decides to use his freedom of expression by not expressing, himself by singing the national anthem. You're trying to force him to do something he didn't want to do. I mean, Scooby would be more confused. I'm telling you that. Getting to the Declan Rice thing. In terms of Declan Rice, personally, I think it's a nice idea if a player doesn't celebrate against the club that he played for on serve with distinction. I get that. But we've seen it before, Robbie Van Persie, when he scored against Man for us, against us from Man United, didn't celebrate the first year. The second year, he celebrated. And then you've got the little rat that is Jermaine Defoe, when he was at Portsmouth for a while, went back to Spurs, and Spurs' first game was against Portsmouth, and the little rat celebrated. So it's all personal choice. But one thing I would say about Declan Rice, in conjunction with Jack Grealish, I think Jack Grealish is more Irish than you'll ever be, Declan. I'm just being honest. Declan, Jack Grealish's family. Jack Grealish has got both his grandparents. About 3 out of 4 of his grandparents are Irish, and Jack Grealish came from an Irish household where he played Gaelic football for Warwickshire at the Aviva Stadium. So you wouldn't get more Irish than Jack Grealish, yet he celebrated. The fact is, at the end of the day, just come out of it. You used Ireland, to get yourself reckoning. You didn't think you'll ever play for England, and as soon as the World Cup, started in Russia, and England had a good World Cup, got the semi-finals. I think that's when Declan decided to switch allegiances. I don't think he'd have switched allegiances if England weren't successful. But good luck to the guy. Good luck to Grealish. But the end of the day, one thing I would say is that stiffer tests are going to be coming for England. And, Lee Carsley, for me, and you ain't going to like what I'm going to say, get used to it, people. He is the England permanent coach. He's been groomed for this task. It's a fact that is well known behind the scenes. Everyone knows he's the main man, but a lot of people won't accept it because England are hedging their bets in case it goes pear-shaped, because they don't want to be the ones to say, look, this is our man, because they know the public want a big name. They want either a big foreign manager or an English manager like Eddie Howe or Graham Potter. And the FA, as usual, haven't got the bollocks to say, look, this is our man. They're cowards.
They did the same with Southgate. They did the same with Southgate. They gave him the job and then he just stayed there. Right? They gave him the job as an interim and he stayed there. They're doing the same with this guy. Why don't they just come out and say Carsley's the manager? Well, what do you make of it all, mate? Being over the other side of the pond, seeing all this unfold, mate.
Well, my thing is that if you make a decision to play for another country, man, I mean, you got just accept what comes with it. We had that situation with the brother that played for Italy, and I mean, this is one of those things where it's just you make that choice, you just gotta know what's gonna come along with it, and the England, as far as the England manager, it's like what Kenny said, you already know that he was already in that position already, and they immediately made him the caretaker. Which, if you looked at the last few managers, normally when they fire somebody, they immediately hire somebody. If it's somebody completely different, they just bring in whoever. But they decided, we're going to keep somebody that has been an understudy, and we're going to see how it goes. Because, like you said, you've got qualifiers coming up. You've got a few things coming up. So the games are going to be much, much harder coming down the stretch. But as far as the whole Declan, Kenny got me saying it, not Declan England. Declan Rice. Got me saying it, Declan Rice situation. I just don't think that, I mean, this is a case of he made his decision and he's just going to live with it. So it is what it is,
Yeah, I just think that if you play for your country, that could be the last time he ever plays for England. Why aren't you celebrating? I don't want to hear none of this bullshit about it's for his dead grandparents. I'm sorry to be disrespectful or anything, but he's saying he didn't want to disrespect him. You've done that by putting the shirt on, mate. Yeah, they were still Irish when you wore the England shirt. They were still Irish then, weren't they? Like, what are we doing here? You play for England. Yeah, it's like when players come back and it's like, like Kovacic scoring against Chelsea the other week. Why aren't you celebrating? You play for Man City, mate. Yeah, Danny Welbeck celebrated against Man U the other day.
He celebrated when he scored against them in the FA Cup.
Yeah, exactly. Well, playing for us, he celebrated against them. Playing for Brighton, he celebrated.
He tried getting Arsenal player sent off as well last.
Yeah, he tried getting Rice sent off the other day.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, you're paid to do a job, and they're paid to play for their countries as well. Yeah, I don't think they're playing for England for nothing. They get paid for that. Yeah, they get paid for that. Yeah, I think it's about 1,500 quid an appearance. Yeah, they probably give it to charity. I don't know, but either way, they're still getting paid. Like, I just think it's all a load of bollocks. Yeah, and the fact that Jack Grealish celebrated, yeah, and he didn't, and then he's coming out with PR statements. Like, get out of here, mate. Yeah, you can tell which one plays for the fucking Rainbow Mob in North London and which one plays for the proper team in Manchester, can't you? Let's just be real with it. One's doing up PR statements, and the other one's running around and giving it all the big un and giving it all of that when he scored against the team his grandparents are from. Like, come on, man. Yeah, the game's well soft, man. All PC. That's all it is. And I just want to get these super chats real quick, but I want to highlight this first. £100 million player is never going to pick Ireland over England. He wasn't a £100 million player when he played for England or Ireland.
He's got a point. Tommy's actually got a very good point there. The fact is that, Tommy, reason why I agree with what you're saying is that I always say that back in the day when it was Big Jack, a lot of players were English players were getting poached by the Republic. Like players like, Jason McAteer, one of them, Jason McAteer, John Sheridan years before, Terry Phelan. And it was a case where the Premiership wasn't massive, but now with the Premiership being really big, I do feel that it's not just with the Republic. I think it's with Nigeria, it's with Ghana, where a lot of players are getting into the English system. And I think their agents do push them into playing for the national side because I say it respectfully. What's more lucrative, Bukayo Saka of Arsenal, Nigeria, or Bukayo Saka of England and Nigeria? What's more lucrative, Declan Rice of England and Arsenal, or Declan Rice of England and the Republic? I think from a commercial point of view, it does suit their what I call it, their image rights if they are England players. And I think, that's why I think Tom's got a good point there.
No, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's more beneficial for them to play for England. Yeah, and let's be real, they're going to win fuck all at both either way. Whether they play for Ireland or England, we ain't going to win nothing. But you get more exposure being an England international than you do being an Ireland international for sure. But either way, yeah, they ain't fooling me. Yeah, and somebody put a comment in. Yeah, there it is. Denim said 29 celebrated against Chelsea. Exactly. And when he scored that goal against Chelsea, I was like, he better fucking celebrate. Yeah, he's paid to do a job for us, not them. Yeah, none of this. Oh, I'm sorry, I scored against you. Piss off.
You know what it is, though? Gary McAllister started that about. I think he started that about, was it 20-something years ago when he scored? I think he scored against, I think it's Coventry for Liverpool.
Yeah.
And then
like that. Didn't he score a penalty or something? I'm sure it was a penalty he scored, and he fucking. Oh, I'm sorry. Get out of it, man.
It actually was a free kick in the top corner, but that's another story. I'm a nerd, aren't I? Football nerd.
Big up to everyone locked in. There's 900 people in it, but get these likes up. The pinned comment is the lads' channels and Kenny's Insta. But this super chat leads me on perfectly. From Peter, are you guys worried that Saliba will leave soon to Madrid? Go on, Jezza, what do you reckon? Because he's linked to Madrid now, mate.
Yeah.
Whether that's true or not, or whether that's just he wants a new deal, I don't know.
Yeah, that is a concern to me. I wouldn't be at all surprised, to be honest. If we look, let me just sum it up this way. Quite easy, quite simple. If we are in a dire position by Christmas, right? Come January, I could see him gone. Simple as that. Because this club shows basically right now, to me, very frustratingly, with no ambition, we've got no agenda. The fact of what we did in the transfer window, let players go out the door, which we had to let them go because they just weren't making the levels. Didn't replace them. Still haven't got in that number 9. And yet I'm told, oh, Will Havertz, he'll be good. He'll get you 20 goals. Bollocks, will he? Yeah, at the end of the day, no, I can see this being a major issue for us. And maybe this is what somebody said to me, I'd have a drink with him. Oh, that's why you bought Calafiori to cover for Saliba when he goes to Real Madrid. But mate, it's a worry to me. It really is, because I think he's a top player, solid in our defence, and maybe his head will get turned, unfortunately. And what are we going to do to stop it? I don't know. It's a worry.
Yeah. What about you, Kenny?
I think you got. Well, history has showed us that if Real Madrid come calling, and they come calling aggressively, players don't say no. You don't say no to Real Madrid. No matter how happy you are at Arsenal, no matter how successful you are at Arsenal, we are not Real Madrid. We are not less likely to win the Champions League than Real Madrid are. Real Madrid have won, how many Champions Leagues they got? 14 now? 12,
15,
30? 15. Oh, God, my maths has let me down a bit. But the fact is, I'm realistic enough to accept that he won't leave Arsenal because of lack of football ambition. He'll just leave Arsenal because it's Real Madrid. Simple. There's only one that, Barcelona, despite the fact that they're in, in transition upon transition, look how many players like Nico Williams are desperate to go there still. Lewandowski broke a contract with Bayern to get there. And that's a club that's not going to win the Champions League for the foreseeable future, but might win the Liga. But when it's Real Madrid, that it's game over. No matter how happy he is, no matter what Arteta's, whispers in his ear, no matter how much we beg him to stay, he'd be an absolute pork chop.
Do you think he's got any loyalty to Arteta after the way we bought him, right? Then shoved him out on a loan. Do you think he's got any loyalty to Arteta?
No, not at all. Not at all. The thing is right, is that one thing Arsenal fans and ourselves have got going against us. He's not from Islington. You know all this. I mean, it's funny that every time we sign a player, they always manage to unearth a picture of them in an Arsenal shirt as a kid. How ironic!
Yeah.
How ironic! I mean, how have they managed to do that? I mean, we've signed so many players over the last 30 years since the Premiership started. A lot of them from France and other parts of Europe, and obviously now from the Americas as well. And never before did we ever see any of those players with an Arsenal shirt as a kid. Now we sign Marino. There's a picture of him as a kid with an Arsenal shirt. Then we've got one with Calafiori. I mean, what's happening there? Is it photoshopping? I don't know what's going on. All Arsenal supporters. Maybe everyone's an Arsenal supporter, but it doesn't matter whether he loves us or not, or feels loyal to Arteta. It's Real Madrid, Jez. It's Real Madrid.
Mate, I agree with you. If it once real, it used to be back in the day, Kenny. You know it. Lee knows it. Matty knows it. Most of the chat know it. Right. When you signed for Arsenal, you were signed for Arsenal. You signed for the club. Yeah, not anymore. Sorry, it's not the case anymore with our current owners, management structure. That ain't happening. If you got Real Madrid it's see you later.
That's a fine. That is, mate. That's a fine.
Oh, no, sorry.
Roy Keane wouldn't be having that, mate. He wouldn't be having that.
I've had to say I'm on a podcast that call me later.
It probably is AI pictures. It probably is. They probably photoshopped it or AI'd it. There's no way every single player we sign. Oh, I had an Arsenal shirt when I was younger. Fuck off.
Of course they didn't.
Get out of here.
They probably had a Real Madrid shirt.
Thing with Declan English, you couldn't really do it because everyone knows Declan English is Chelsea through and through. Still.
True.
Facts. What do you make of this, Matty? Because I'm seeing figures being bandied around of 150 million, 100 million, all of this and that. Did they not realise that Edu's our technical director?
You said 150 for Saliba? We're selling for about 65. Knowing us. But the way that idiot, the way you know how I feel about Edu, the shyster. You know how I feel about that damn Edu, man. By the way, if you've not heard his interview, you need to go listen to that interview. Lee heard it the other day.
Oh yeah, I played it yesterday. I played it on here. I played it when they were asking him about his hair. Like Edu, Arteta's always he's got lovely hair, beautiful, not a strand of hair out of place. What's that got to do with his fucking management?
Yeah, and he slipped in that 8 to 9 years on that process. So we'll tackle that at another point. But no, I just think that this is the year, and this has been prophesized. I told y'all this was coming. I told y'all last year. Y'all thought I was crazy. Y'all, oh man, Matt just taking the piss. No, I told y'all that Madrid was going to eventually come in for this man, and that if we don't win anything this year, he's not going to be the only person that's going to leave this summer. There's going to be 2 or 3 players this summer that's going to be going out that door. If we don't win something, I'm going to say it again. Do y'all realize this is 5 years with nothing to show for it? 5
years.
I keep trying to get that to sink in. We hadn't seen any success. It's been 22 years since we lifted the league trophy. We're 8 years away from where Liverpool was. It was at 30? Was at 30, right? Was it 30?
Yeah, it'd be 21 this year.
Yeah,
21. So
and we
9 years.
People are laughing at Liverpool. Oh man, look at them. They hadn't done anything. Oh man, Liverpool. And now look, it's us. It's us.
Hey mate, we got 6 years. We got 6 years from nice. Remember? No, we actually got 5 years. Remember when Man United didn't win it for 26 years, from 67 to 93.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So, you know what? You're right. So, we're about to catch them. And people are running around here thinking that these players have blind loyalty to Arsenal football. Are you crazy? In the modern football, the people be talking about the knocks. When Real Madrid knock on your door, you don't turn it down, bro. You don't turn it down. And Mbappe got lucky. Most folks turn it down. They don't come back. That's it. They done with you. But let me tell you something. If they're sniffing around Saliba, and you got Lee, J.S. Kenny, you know these brothers talking at Camp International. You know they talking. Hey, man, you want to keep dealing with that over there, man?
Yeah, can you imagine Saliba going on the French international duty with Mbappe, Camavinga, Chouameni?
Yeah.
Just chilling with all the Madrid dons. Do you know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah, how many Champions Leagues? Oh, you ain't. How many? Oh, you ain't got any trophies. You ain't got any trophies. What are you doing here?
Bro, you know what? We still joke about stuff back when I was in high school. Hey, man, how many trophies you won? How many times you been to the championship? You know, I did somebody there. How many times we were talking about NFL? How many Super Bowls your team won? And then he couldn't say nothing. I was like, okay, good. So you stay out of our conversation. That's how it is. Well, Saliba, you can't talk because you had never done this, but you hadn't experienced this before. You know, guess who else is going to be in that same topic of discussion next year? Soccer. Soccer's going to be there next year. He's going to be in the conversation next year too, because he's going to get tired. He's going to England. He's going to England international duty, and these brothers around here have won every single thing that is to win. And then he's sitting here talking about a damn Emirates Cup. He's talking about Emirates with flame. That's what he's talking about. So, brother, we this is absolutely, we are at the critical stage here. For me, this is the critical stage, and if we're not careful, we're going to see a mass exodus very soon. Because let's not forget, I keep saying 5 years. A lot of these players have been here for 5 and 6 years and hadn't done anything. People don't get tired of coming in second and third and fourth and fifth. It's just a fact. It's just a fact.
Hey, guys, I've got a story for you. Jez will remember this. Do you remember Nicholas Nelka in 99 when we blamed his brothers, Claude and Didier, for forcing the move to Real Madrid?
Yeah.
Guess what he won a year later? Champions League.
Yeah.
And and Real Madrid were on their sort of like their what was it? Real Madrid were on their 7th Champions League by the time we were slagging him off for leaving us. And I was really angry about it. I thought he was a traitor. I now realise that I was the biggest pork chop going because now kind of like 27 years later, I do respect and understand the power of Madrid.
And they've now won another 8 since.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Mate, they've won more Champions Leagues than we've won league titles.
What's the numbers of how many they won this decade? How many they won this decade? What, 4, 5?
4, I think, in the last 10 years. Maybe, is it 4?
It's got to be 4.
In the last 10 years.
20, no, they've won in this decade. No, they've won twice, 22 and 24. Liverpool and Dortmund.
No, in the last 10 years, they've won more than that.
Oh, last 10 years. If you go back to 2014, they won 5,
Fucking hell, it's one every other year.
That's crazy.
That's ambition, mate. That's what ambition brings.
But don't worry, though, we're in phase 5, so we're good.
No, we got to get to 9 now.
This is ridiculous, though, isn't it? It's crazy. I think he will go. And I think that we won't get 100 million for him. They won't pay 100 million for a centre-back. No chance. They'll just get in his head. They're probably already in his head already. Yeah, they're probably already in his head. Just saying, yo, you just hang tight there and we're coming for you in the summer. Yeah, and I reckon we're selling for about 80 mil. Because you know that this club can't sell.
That sounds about right, too. That number actually sounds about right.
We're selling for 80 mil because by the end of this season, he'll have 2 years left on his contract.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And I would decrepit fan base. Oh, that's a great piece of business.
Yeah, well, look, we got rid of Aaron Ramsdale for 18 million. Yeah, and he had 2 years left. So 80 million sounds about right, doesn't it?
Hey, Lee, we bought Vieira from Porto and loaned him right back to the same team we bought it from.
If you actually sat down with somebody who's a businessman, like runs a real successful business, like £1 billion businesses or whatever, or hundreds of millions of pounds, and doesn't know nothing about football, and you laid all of these things on the table to this guy and said, yo, is this good business? Is this good business? And they'd be like, has this guy still got a job? Be like, yeah. Be like, right, he needs firing. Yeah, this guy is still here. And this is the problem when you recruit ex-players as your go-to guys. Yeah, we've got David Seaman as a goalkeeping coach at the club. Yeah, fair enough, great goalkeeper, but why is he only working 1 day a week?
1 day a week?
He does 1 day a week.
No way, really?
He does 1 day a week coaching the under 23s and under 18s.
Bloody
I'm not
hell.
even taking the piss. 1 day a week.
One day
Somebody sent me a clip a week ago when AFTV interviewed him. He sat on there and he said he does 1 day a week. They sent me the clip. I should have put it in the fucking group chat. They sent me the clip saying, "Why does he only do 1 day a week? Well, they run out of money or something."
You substitute teacher.
You
You know what I'm talking about?
How much that 1 day cost?
do then.
Exactly. How much are they paying him for 1 day?
Probably a couple.
1 day a week. I'm not even taking the piss. He said on the podcast he does 1 day a week.
1 day. We paying the skis to 1 day to show up.
The week, so that you got these under 18, under 23 goalkeepers. Sorry, Matty, to interrupt.
No, you good, bro. You good.
So what they do in the rest of the week then? Just standing around.
Fall on each other in practice.
Oh, there's enough of them. They could have a fucking 11-a-side game.
Oh my lord.
We signed enough goalkeepers since he's been here, isn't it?
Where's the striker consultant at? Where's the striker consultant at?
Mate, we've got Jack Wilshere running the under 18s. We've got Per Mertesacker here as well. We've got Edu here, and we've got Arteta here. Like, what are we actually doing here, bro?
Hey, come on. Do the maths, guys. He says he works for the club 1 day a week. Come on. If we translated that fluent Martian into proper English or proper, like I said, the expressions that a normal person understand, it's just giving these guys who cheerlead for the football club a title. That way, we were actually fitting there at the club in an official capacity. For instance, what's Keown's title going to be? Because he's one of the biggest cheerleaders.
Oh, did you hear that knob today on TalkSport? Did you hear him?
No, I try not to listen to it. I try not to listen to it.
LB put it in the LB put it in the group chat, the midday live group chat. Yeah. And he was sitting there still waffling on about this Declan Rice red card. Yeah, he was still moaning a bitch, man. Yeah, he's still moaning a bitch in today.
Yeah, David Seaman.
No, Keown. No, Keown.
Oh, Keown. He's still going on about that a week later.
10 days later, he's still moaning about it. On TalkSport with Simon Jordan today and Jim White. And right at the end of that bit, yeah, he was sitting there waffling along that Arsenal was still in a development plan.
A development plan?
So what's his job title going to be? What's Martin Tiern's job title going to be? Because
cheerleader. Cheerleader. Mate, that guy, yeah.
No, what about defensive coach?
Well, mate, I think he's got brain damage the way he was talking on fucking TalkSport, mate. Maybe heading the ball too much has ruined him, mate. I don't know. Jesus Christ. Honestly, he's turned into a mega mutant.
He's no one who could have played for Ireland.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find this clip on TalkSport. 1 second. Yo, smash these likes up, guys. Yeah, here we go. Let me see if I can find it. It's right at the end. Let me just get rid of this double unskippable ad. But yeah, big up to let me get these super chats while this is doing these ads as well. As a City fan, you people I respect, I wish you well. Big up to you, Nadir. Come on, love, bro. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. He arrives 2025 with Xavi Alonso. If you don't win, yeah, that could be very true, to be fair. Xavi Alonso could be the new manager next season as well. Big up, bro. Unless you're from Catalan, you dream of playing for Madrid. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. If you're South American, it's one or the other, innit? Right, let me get this clip right here. Let me get this here.
Martin, to ask you a question about this, the way that Jim framed the question, can you afford to drop points by Man City? Drop points, of course, this season, like everyone does, right? Is it right, I don't think they're going to win 38 games. Yeah. So they're going to drop points. And Arsenal are likely to take points off Man City if they replicate what they did last year, which will close gaps. Right? Is it that important if Arsenal are playing really well and subsequently not getting the outcome against the Brighton game was probably marred, and you'll say differently marred by the fact that Declan Rice was taken out of the game changes as a result of that? We wouldn't be having this discussion now. But is it not a case of
listen to this crap he comes out with?
The conferences there, a couple of things that go against them doesn't necessarily move them off track from still being able to hunt down this title, irrespective of dropping the point there.
We're in a development phase, aren't we, Arsenal? They're growing as a club. They're building. They're up against. It's what they're up against, son. It's almost perfection. It's not dismiss what Man City are all about. They're creating history every year.
You want to give City. Arsenal's next logical step is to win the league.
Of course.
And you can't go on in perpetuity like you tried to do with Southgate, which will give him 107 tournaments. If he still doesn't win one, you still give him another. For Arteta's job is to close that gap 2 points down to win the league, right? They're spending the dough to do it.
There's a reality, isn't there, here? Man City are quite magnificent right now. Arsenal started the
2
season
points.
on fire.
And Arsenal took 4 points off them last year. So Arsenal can win this league.
Bottom line, but you don't really want to be going there this year in the season without putting the
Across
price.
London derby, who wins it? One wonders.
What an absolute melt. I put a comment in saying I think he's brain damaged from heading the ball too much. Yeah, would he be sitting in the dressing room talking like that to players when he was playing the game?
No.
Yeah, Vieira would rip his head off.
Mm.
Can you imagine him sitting there saying, "Oh, we can't overtake Man United, mate, because they got Fergie."
Mm.
Yeah, he'd get weighed in. So why does he think it's good enough to sit on fucking biggest national radio station for sport in England or in the nation? Sorry,
Top
yeah,
four
and sit
league.
there lying through his teeth.
At least, but top four. So top four. You know, as much as we're
I'll be back in
advocates
1
for-
minute. I'm listening. I'll be 1 minute.
Guys, as much as we're advocates for the manager to be replaced, you know, but if you see, it seems like there's one guy on Twitter. I don't know his name, but he's like mixed race guy. He actually makes me laugh. Man City fan called Ryan, and his Twitter handles "We Are Man City," and he basically said that last season we were celebrating the winning the trophy or finishing second to Man City. When you hear people like Martin Keown talk, it seems like that Arsenal have satisfied his desire to win that trophy. But the way he's talking about development and all that, it seems like we're a top four club, only that we're exceeding expectations by challenging the league, because that's the way Martin's talking about it. Even though, everyone's spoke about it. Arteta's been given nearly about £700 million, if not more, and it probably raise to £8 million next season to finish in top four. That's to win the Champions League and win the league and dominate. Isn't that sort of expenditure? Or have I got it wrong?
No, you're right. You're right, mate. Sorry, mate. Go on.
No, I just, for me, man, developmental phase. Brother, this is year 5. I keep saying it. Year 5. And we're talking about development. Man, it's like Lee said, back in the day, y'all know Martin Keown and all them when there's no way they would have tolerated that kind of behavior back in the day. It's shocking to see what some folks would do for a check. That's all I say. I'm gonna leave it at that. It's just shocking to see what some people would do for a check.
I totally agree, man. It's just look. I mean, I have great fears what's going to happen. If we're sitting sixth, fifth, sixth by Christmas, and we've got some bloody tough games coming up right quick, then we're dusted, man. And I'm sorry if that's the case, then the man's got to walk.
Have you seen our away games from November the 9th up until? Have you seen our away games from November the 9th up until the 29th of December? They're all away games in London. Chelsea, you got Chelsea, and I think after Chelsea, I think the next away game is West Ham. And after West Ham, you got Fulham. Then after Fulham, you got Crystal Palace, and after Crystal Palace, you got Brentford. This is where where Arsenal have done really well in away games in the capital, and that's helped us manage, mount those championship challenges. However, those games are consecutive. Those are consecutive away games, and in between Fulham away on December the 7th, 4 days before that, we got Man United at home. So it's not going to be easy. And then I haven't even mentioned the games we got in the Champions League, which is now a league format. So we're talking thick and fast, and my demands for Arsenal challenge on all fronts is probably going to fall on deaf ears, because what we've done, in essence, what Martin's doing, in essence, he's given the club a ready-made excuse not to challenge on all fronts. They're going to say, "Well, we haven't got the players, we haven't got the squad, too many injuries. We've got to concentrate on only the league or the Champions League." That's what Martin's just said in his, exchange with Simon Jordan. And Simon Jordan should do better there. He should be challenging him. And
to be fair, that was only a little 10-minute clip out of probably a whole hour show. That's all they clipped out. That's all.
I hope Simon's challenging him, because
to be fair, he did say, look, it's about time you win the league. Yeah, and this is my point. Yeah, when Martin Keown's sitting there saying you have to be near perfect to win the title, that's complete bollocks.
He knows that.
He knows that. Man City dropped points in over 25% of their games last season. So you don't have to be near perfect at all. They dropped points in over a quarter of their games. So did we. Yeah, the difference is they drew more and we lost more.
Lee,
Well, we both dropped points in 10 games.
every time they drop points, we drop points. Every time they drop points, we drop points. It was the same
Exactly.
day. I remember the last stretch that every time they drop points, we drop points the same day.
Yep. That little period where we both went 1 in 7 wins in November, December. Both of us did it. We both had 1 win in 7. Yeah, and everyone was laughing at City because they kept dropping points. Then we'd go out after them and we'd drop points as well. We'd go and lose to Fulham or go and draw or lose to West Ham and that. And it's like, this is why I get the ump with it. Excuse after excuse after fucking excuse. Yeah, and then anytime you bring a manager up, like, I get people say to me, oh, but who would you say that could get over the line against Pep? Well, how about try someone else, mate? Because this guy clearly can't. Right, how about try someone else? How about go and get Spain's manager? He seems to know what he's doing.
You know what's going to happen, Lee? I'm going to tell you.
He knows how to win a major honor. He done it with Andy. Andy Blood's the youth. Andy plays good football. Why don't we go and get him?
Gentlemen, you know what's going to happen. This is how it's going to play out. We're going to go through a series here, and we're not going to win anything. They're going to go back. Well, why didn't we change the manager?
Yeah.
When we had the players on the team. Like, bro, we've been trying to tell y'all that all along. The house was on fire, but y'all like that little meme with the little dog sitting in the kitchen with the house is on fire. Everything's fine. We've been trying to tell y'all the whole time that this whole thing stinks, that we need to make some adjustments. We are literally wasting away. This is what you call a window. We're in a window of opportunity to overtake City. And
we're wasting away a fuck ton of money in the process as well, mate.
I told you a missile. I told you that. I keep telling you a missile.
Yeah.
You can go all kind of stuff you can build $800 million. And we have sat here and wasted a complete window. And we're going to, when people start leaving and when the quality drop, then that's when people are going to start looking around like, well, why don't we have what we thought we had? We tried to tell y'all it was never there. It was like it was like that bench last year that these two over here sat on the panel last year and was chastised about that bench. They told y'all last year that bench was no good. As soon as the season started and a window opened up and we sold the bench, everybody, oh yeah, we need to get rid of them. They're no good. We need to get rid of them. You know,
it's facts. No, it's true. And the thing is, the next manager that comes in, because there will be a next manager, because this guy ain't immortal. He ain't going to be here forever. So at some point, he won't be here. The next manager that comes in ain't getting this level of PR backing or money. Yeah, this fan base will dismiss the next manager because it ain't Arteta. The same way as they dismissed Unai Emery because it weren't Wenger. Kenny, we were there. We were going to games then, yeah? They did not fucking want him from day one. We were in the ground on his first game. They did not want him, mate.
Absolutely not. And I think that's the thing. You know, football fandom is just like life. You know, if you like a manager, then you'll defend that manager to the hill. And, you know, we've got a massive job on our hands to turn the tide in order to get this manager replaced if he continues to be unsuccessful, because, you know, there is a massive love affair towards this manager. And a lot of people think that we're actually off our heads, that we're probably fit for the funny farm. They actually think that we're patients in the cuckoo nest, mate, or Broadmoor, because we're thinking, hang on here, a big club like Arsenal, you're not winning any trophies, you haven't won the league for 21 years, and we're thinking, well, logically, managers with those type of results, 8th, 5th, should be fired. But instead of them being the mad ones, we're the mad ones. There's a lot of Arsenal fans. He's doing a fantastic job.
But that's because they think that he saved us from relegation battle. No, he never. Yeah, and this is where they chat shit, Kenny. Yeah, we were not in a relegation battle with Unai. However, we were bottom of the table with this manager, and Tottenham were top. First time in history that's happened.
Yeah, but that's the thing, Lee. There are people who genuinely believe that behind the scenes he's sorted the club out from top to bottom. You know, that the club's ready to compete and that they're going to dominate. Well, we heard this 2 years ago.
Yeah, he's building the squad so we can challenge going forward for sustainability.
Lee, we heard this in 2021. In 2022, we heard this. 2023, we heard this. Beginning of the 24-25 season, we've heard this. So in June 2025, if we don't win anything, we're going to hear it again. So what are they seeing that we're not seeing?
They're just having a better match day experience, mate. That's all it is. They just, instead of us getting pammed 4-0, at Chelsea, or 6-0 at Chelsea, for example, or 8-2 at Old Trafford, they're seeing us actually competing with the bigger teams in them games now. So we're not getting embarrassed so much. Yeah. However, it's embarrassing getting lobbed from the halfway line against Sporting Lisbon, isn't it?
Is that it?
That's all there is. That's all it is. Go on, mate. Sorry.
No, do y'all remember that old TV show? It was called Tales from the Dark Side. It would come on, and then the world, by midway through the credits, the world would flip upside down, and you see what the world really was. That's what Arsenal fans are. We're on the other side. We see what it really looked like. We're walking around. We like to make sure we actually see what's going on. They've taken the blue pill, and they're still sleep. But then when it goes sideways, then that's when they wake up and realize. I told you, but Jez, when you say sixth, Jez, you said sixth place. Yeah, we get to sixth place this year. If he play out the way he said it play out, it's gonna play out. You wait, watch the chaos, and just going to ensue.
Oh, this chat, instead of having 1,041 people in it, we have 2,082 in it.
I got a solution.
Yeah, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, I always thought you lot were negative, but you were right.
Yeah,
Every time there's a loss or a draw, yeah, my chat fills up with people apologising. You see it, Matty. We see it the other day on the show. There was people in the chat the other day. I always thought you were negative. Yeah, but you guys have been spitting facts for years.
Hey, I've got a solution for all of us, right? Matty, if you can't come to this country, we know Arsenal are going to be playing games in the United States. What you need to do is get yourself a press pass.
You can get one as well. He used to be a press guy.
Whenever Arsenal come to Spain, doesn't have to be in Andalusia. It has to be around Spain. Whenever we play a big
Get a press pass.
You get a press pass. Jez, you get a press pass. I'll get a press pass. And then when we do get a press pass and go and get invited to interview the manager or interview our dude, then we'll probably be able to see what we're not seeing already. Because now
we won't be allowed in. Anything. We won't be allowed in. We're on the banned list.
I'm on the banned list. I know for a fact I'm on the banned list. I know I'm on the banned list.
The interest of surely we're missing something. So at least give us courtesy of having a press pass and access to the stadium so we can see what this great project's about. Because right now it's basically like a project of nothing.
Well,
nothing.
He mentioned in the last interview, he said, Edu, this is Edu now. He said, well, sometimes you gotta, it takes a little while to do stuff. So instead of 4 to 5 phases, it's 8 or 9 phases.
Yeah. Basically, I'll play the clip in a minute. I'll play that clip in a minute. Yeah. Right. He basically said, yeah, when you come in, you've got players that are 26 years old, they're on big wages, they're not performing, you have to get rid of them and make tough decisions. Yeah. And if you don't do that quickly, instead of it taking 3 or 4 years to sort the project out, it takes 7, 8, 9 years. Well, hold on, mate. We're in the 5th year and you did that. So what the fuck are you waffling about? Because you came in, you identified all of these players with a problem. They're on big money and underperforming. So you got rid of them quick. And he did get rid of them quick. Whether we liked it or not, he got Aubameyang out the door quick. He got Ozil out the door quick. He got all these other players, Guendouzi, Martinez, Lacazette, Kolasinac, Mustafi. He got rid of all of these players, that were underperforming and on big money, yeah? So why are we sat here 5 years later and we're still 1-0? 1 FA Cup. But since you've got rid of all of them players that actually helped us win the FA Cup, Pepe another one, you've got your own players in and we're 5 years deep and 1 fuck all. So we're going to be 7, 8, 9 years. He's a serial waffler. It's absolute waffle. And these people, the majority of these people that are sitting there knocking one out over this is because they see Arsenal competing with Man City and apparently Man City are untouchable. That is the only reason they're gassing this up, because we're up there with Man City, this big juggernaut that can't be stopped. I heard that fucking div who runs that Man United mutant channel sit there the other day saying, oh, well, how are you supposed... That fucking Forest fan. Yeah,
you mean Senor Di Cesare? Mr. Cesare?
Yeah, that's the fella. Yeah, sitting there. Yeah, went fucking saying, oh, well, how Man City are a juggernaut. They're a fantastic team and all of this and this, yeah. But how are you supposed to compete with them? How are you supposed to overtake them? Yeah, well, maybe don't spend 85 million on fucking Anthony, mate, and 60 on Mason Mount and 72 on the fucking dickhead up front. How about that? Yeah, straight away you got 210 million quid to buy proper players with. Now add in Rashford's 400 grand a week. Why are you giving him that? Yeah, you can compete with them. You've got bigger income than them, or there or thereabouts. Yeah, stupid decisions. How can we go and do 300 million quid on transfer fees and wages for Declan Rice and 29. Both of them combined, if they go the whole length of their contract, is going to cost this club over 300 million quid. Yeah, and we can't compete. Piss off. Yeah, 300 million quid. I'm telling you now, I could have found 2 players better than them 2.
Lee,
That's
the
for
thing
sure.
is, this club has gone to rat shit, right? It has gone completely down the toilet, right? There's a great comment, right before we went live. Vic Lathier, top fella, right? Always supported, and he's a silver member, right? Silver member, pays a shed load of money a year, and as he said, the lottery system, right? He now, if he gets a ticket for the game, can't choose to sit with his mates because he has to be wherever he can be. Gets charged a shed load of money for it. I think that is an absolute. You are disrespecting your fan base. I wouldn't tolerate that, man. And he was in your chat earlier saying it took him 20 years to get that membership. 20 sodding years. And he can no longer sit with his mates. There you go.
It's sad. It's sad. It's a sad state of affairs because, the fact is that the reason why you increase stadiums is to give fans more, better access to the football club and improve their experience. But what it seems like what you're doing is that you're just saying, that's Arsenal Football Club anyway. I know that if I was to phone up and moan about my match day experience, someone who earns probably 75% less than what I earn is going to tell me, and he or she will tell me and put the phone down away on me, and they'll get away with it by basically saying, if you don't like it, someone else will take your place. And I think that's the thing with football in general. There's a genuine belief in the football authorities that the match going fan is easily replaced. If you don't like it, get rid of you. Look at the way they're going on about fans who may have an extenuating circumstances why they can't turn up to every game. They're punishing them and saying, right, you don't turn up to 80% of the games. That's your season ticket gone.
Mate, sorry to cut in there, yeah? Sorry to cut in there. First and foremost, I just want to address this comment, and then I want to mention Man City, because they do the same thing, Kenny, yeah? Haaland's only on 750 grand a week if he hits his bonuses. Because Haaland's basic is not 750 a week, it's about 350 a week. Yeah? And if
he hits his bonuses, though, doesn't he?
That's what I'm saying. And guess what? You get rewarded if you hit your targets. Pretty simple. Whereas us, we're rewarding failure. And as for you saying about not going to a certain amount of games, I see a Manchester City fan post an email from Man City the other week. The game, I think their first game was Ipswich, wasn't it? They emailed him the following week. So that was on the weekend. On the Monday, he posted on Twitter the email saying, "We noticed that you didn't use your membership, your season ticket for the Ipswich game. Yeah, just to let you know that if you don't attend if you miss 5 games this season or 3 games or whatever it was, you have to put them and make them available for ticket exchange. Otherwise, we will revoke your ticket at the end of the season." Yeah, it's not just us doing this. This is every club doing this now. Yeah. Man United do it, Chelsea do it, City do it, Liverpool are doing it. And that is because they know that there is fucking hundreds of thousands of people that will take your ticket. Yeah, so they don't want you there. Kenny, you're the worst customer going for them. Yeah, because you pay your season ticket money, you'd go in the ground, you sit there, you don't spend a penny and you leave.
I'm terrible. Like a good friend of mine, whenever she goes, she gets me more programs. In terms of food, well, I'm not so funny, right? There's a nice fish and chip shop round the corner if you go around to
nice Caribbean shop right opposite the stadium.
Yeah. And there's neighbours Chinese place. This is if you walk across.
Got a little cafe opposite as well if you want to go in there.
Or I could get the bus W3, W7 and go and get some West Indian and Crouch Hill. So you know what I mean? I'm laughing. I don't really want their food, but you're right. I think football clubs know that they got fans by the curly whirlies because at the end of the day, it is a football fan's dream to go and watch their club live.
How does it work though, Kenny? Right, so if you don't go to the next home game, and you offer that up to ticket exchange, they're obviously going to sell that. They're not going to sell it at face value. They'll just sell it for whatever price they fucking want. Yeah, how does that work for you though? Do you get any money back?
Yeah, they'll give you your money back because they'll give you your
for
money
that
back.
particular
But
game.
yeah, but what they won't do is that they'll give you. It'll probably be at the lowest price they can think of. It's not going to be what the ticket's worth because you remember that. Just think, if it's a Category A game, you probably get the Category A price. But if it's B or C, you get the B and C price
So
back.
it's,
you will
let's say
get your money
it's
back.
Southampton, for example. I'm just plucking Southampton. That'd be
But
a
that's not
Category C.
Category A game.
So that'd be a
C
what,
game.
30, 40 quid ticket.
Yeah, because it's just Category C. But if it's say you miss,
But does that go straight back into your bank, or does that go off the next season's ticket price?
It's a credit at the end of the season. So when you pay for your season tickets, what happens is that
That's what I'm saying. So now you can't make the game for whatever reason. You offer that up to ticket exchange. They then resell the ticket, but they give you the money back in 9 months.
yeah, of course, yeah, but that's the way it is because this season when I paid for my season ticket, I
That's
didn't
mad.
realise that the club owed me money for FA Cup games that we didn't qualify for. So when a friend of mine, when I went looked at my ticket, he just said £28 credit. I went, I didn't realise it was there, but that's what the club would do. Is as I said before, the reason why we no longer get 26 home games is because the club were paying out. If you took out every season ticket holder, we're talking about probably about close to about £1 million a season to fans who've prepaid for their tickets and haven't got the service. So that's why they reduced it, and that's why a lot of the big clubs in London have never ever given them cup credits as part of the season ticket because they know, and I say it respectfully, and I'm not taking the piss out of Tottenham fans. We do that anyway, but no disrespect to Spurs, because of your success, your lack of success, you can't give your fans 26 league games, including cup credits, because respectfully, you haven't won anything for 16 years, and that's just facts. You haven't taken major tournaments that seriously. Maybe Europe occasionally, but over the years, you're going to be paying out to a lot of your fans if they're not getting the 7 games. Now, and that Chelsea do that as well, even though Chelsea's been successful, and Arsenal, well, yeah, we were successful, but we were in Europe, so that's the whole situation.
Do you remember when we played Atleti at home? That was the 7th cup game, wasn't it?
Yeah,
in that semi-final. That was the 7th cup game on the ticket.
But that's like but then that was
and that was a Europa League semi-final.
Yeah, and a year after that, we got to the final, lost, and then after that, I was going to call it Brexit. I was going to call it this pandemic. You call it something else, but it was the pandemic, and then that's the thing.
But this is where all clubs are going. Like even West Brom are doing it. Somebody's put in the chat a minute ago. Even West Brom are doing it. Like they basically want every single seat covered, whether it's you or somebody else. Which I get, it's their business. I understand that. Yeah. At the same time, if you've paid your ticket, you can do what the fuck you want with that ticket. It's your ticket. Yeah. So why should you have to give it back?
What you're telling me now, Kenny, right? I mean, it's 8 years now since I gave up, right? So back in my day of the old days, you had your little wallet. Yeah, you had your little wallet. You remember?
Wallet. Yeah, that's right.
Take the ticket out, and you that was it, and you have your stub and all that sort of bollocks, and that was your credits to get FA Cup games away or whatever. Yeah. I used to do sometimes, if I couldn't get to a home game, I'd give my ticket to a mate. So you can't do that no more then.
You can't do that now. You could do it. You can't do. You could. Before the digital phones, you were able to do that when you used to swipe in. But I think since the digital phones and they went all digital, even before the phones, you can't do it. You have to give it to another.
So now imagine, right? You've got an OAP who hasn't got a smartphone. Yeah, maybe not even got a mobile phone. There's enough OAPs that don't have phones. How the fuck do they get in the stadium?
Well, sure. I think the club are forced to do have a facility to do that because they have no choice to do it because simple reason is that they'll get, if it gets in the papers, they'll get done. So there is a facility for people who don't have mobile phones and don't have access, to internet because obviously, as you said, a lot of our fans, OAPs, they ain't about that life. They ain't about that life. So I've seen people, have sort of photocopied papers, photocopied, like paper tickets to get in the grand. And some of them are young. But what I'm saying right now is that with football, the demand is very high, and the supply is not very high. But right now, what you're seeing with this beautiful game, you're seeing now that there's so many more matches, so many more international matches, so many more international tournaments. And let's not talk. We haven't even talked about the World Club Championships. And the reason why it's all about that is because not fans want to see their team play.
Mate, facts. And the thing is, like, my little brother went to every game in the World Cup. He follows England everywhere. He then went on holiday to Malta, flew straight back on Saturday, got a flight straight to Dublin and watched England. Like, and he's crazy. He's on it for football. Like, literally flew straight from Malta, to fucking Stansted, and then from fucking Stansted straight to Dublin. Yeah, and then when I watched the football, I was like, what the fuck are you doing, mate? Let's go and watch England. Like, why don't you just go home? Like, real talk. Yeah, but this is what people want. They like watching live football. Kenny, you like watching live football. Yeah, so I get it. But that's the hook. They know people are going to pay it. They know it doesn't matter whether they piss people around. They'll find a way to get to Manchester at 8 o'clock on Wednesday.
We got thousands of people every season who come all the way from the United States to come watch us play. And I know a guy. I think you might know him. He's from Holland. He's got a season ticket. And he lives in Holland.
He comes every game.
He's coming every game, and the games he can't make, which is the evening games, the Champions League games, he's giving them back to a club or giving to a member where he can transfer them over. But this guy has got a season ticket, and he's coming to every game.
That's mad, from Holland. See, my pal Jay, his old man's had a season ticket 51 years, and he used to give it to Jay when he can't go. Like, if he didn't fancy going that night, go, oh, Jay, you have it.
If you think about it, right? If he's flying from Schiphol to London City Airport, right, it's only 25 minutes. I've flown from Gatwick, right, up the road to Schiphol, 35-minute flight.
That all it is?
Yeah, it's no distance, man. You can fly. Wow. You can fly from Gatwick, right, to Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam quicker than you can get across the channel. All right, you got all the hassle of the air.
Probably quicker than you can get from fucking Luton to Milton Keynes on the M1 as well.
Yeah. I know you got the hassle of check-in, and you got all that drama, and so it's 2 hours before and all that bullshit, which is a drama. But the flight.
Yeah, but you don't even need to be there 2 hours before if you ain't got hand luggage or case or anything. You just walk straight in an hour before or 40 minutes before.
Oh, you can fly straight into City Airport, right? London City Airport, and then you off up the tube. You're there. Job done. See you later.
Yeah, that's mad. See, Jay's dad used to give it to Jay when he couldn't be bothered to go, and like he's been saying for the last year or so that he's fucking had enough of it. Like, all the people he sits with are in the same age as him. They all stood at Ivory together and that. Yeah, and he said like even they've been deluded by it. A lot of them, like Granit Xhaka, we want you to stay. Oh, you're not staying, John, for the lap of honour. He was like, we bottled the title, mate. Oh, you're so negative, John. Like, it's like we fucking lost. Yeah, and then he said, "Now last season was a joke." He said, "I'm getting the hump with it." But when he's tried to give the ticket to Jay, it's virtually impossible to transfer it to a family member. He's had nightmares trying to get it to Jay. Fucking, I don't know how he's been doing it.
If Jay's a member, he'll get a ticket though. That what they want is members to get a ticket. They don't care whether you're silver or red.
Yeah, he's a member. He still had problems transferring it.
And that's what I always say to people. If you think that you're going to just go up to me or anyone else and say, look, get me in every time I'm in the country, you get me arse tickets. I said, well, I've got a simple way. You just join, pay you £35 a year like everyone, like a lot of the silver members and red members, and then you'll be able to get tickets because I can get people to transfer it to you.
But even that transfer system don't work properly. He's had nightmares with it. Loads of people I know that have had nightmares with it. The ballot system. I know people that have put in for a ballot every game last season, not got any. Yeah, and then Arsenal website reckon that hardly anyone missed out on the ballot. Load of bollocks. Yeah, I can name 3 or 4 people real quick that fucking didn't get a ballot, and they put in for every game last season. Yeah, I think Halimi, if he's in here, I think he only got 1 ticket out of every game. Put him for a ballot every single game, and I think he only got 1 ticket last season. Yeah, the law of averages says you're going to get more than 1. No, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And the only reason this whole ballot system come along is because of these little fucking do-gooders that think they're somebody. They get into the AMG, or AGM meeting, and start waffling about allocation of tickets. Now they've fucked it for everyone.
Yeah, it's mind their own business. All the ones on Twitter, who and the thing about it is, it's all because they didn't because they saw a few faces that they'd never seen before at a football game. Didn't like the fact that they were there on a regular basis and said, right, you guys shouldn't have any tickets. You've got no right. So I'm going to make a complaint. And people who go on the radar just want to watch football, but just haven't got the time to, go to every game, or just haven't got the means to be members. You've ruined it for them.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. It's what it is. It is what it is. Let me grab this. What's this, mate? Atalanta. Let me get rid of this off the screen. Can you zoom in on that a bit, mate?
How much are their prices?
Is that for a season?
Got in here, mate.
You're mute.
mate.
650. That's the lowest.
650 for a season ticket.
Yeah.
For where's this? Atalanta.
Atlanta
Fucking hell.
had never won a Super Bowl, by the way. Never won a Super Bowl. Ain't won shit. $715. I mean, they've got all these tiers. This is what y'all get ready to get. Y'all get ready to get this next. This is
You're going to get different tiers in the same blog.
Yep, y'all gonna start. Yeah.
So what's the difference in the tiers then? Just the price.
Just the where you sitting at.
Look all these different colors in the. No, so each color's a different price.
This is what
the blue ones in the gods.
Yeah,
And that's the 650 ticket.
Yeah, this is the nosebleeds way up here. This nosebleed.
So what's the difference between the purple and the blue? Apart from you're a little bit closer, what's the difference in price?
You just drop down a little bit. You just drop down a little bit.
What's the difference in price between the purple and that blue?
Right, you talking about this one here? Oh, purple and blue.
Yeah, that purple and blue. Yeah, on the corner. So the purple's 825.
Yeah.
Well, because you're a couple of rows closer. Fucking hell. Yeah, get ready for this in the Premier League because this will be happening soon.
Look at this. Look at the black. Look at the black. Look right at the black. Look at the black. Look at the black.
Wow.
How much is that?
2,000.
What?
You know.
Yeah, get ready for this, guys, because this will be coming into the Premier League very soon.
Look at the gray. Look at the gray. This is gonna be knocky. It's gonna knock your socks off. But you know now in some of these teams they like to try to include food and all that stuff with it.
Who owns this club, Matty? Who owns this club?
Arthur Blank.
So
you know what? Let me go find with the Rams. Let's go and see what the Rams charge for season.
Was that $9.5 for the grey tickets?
That was $9.5 grand. That was $9.5 grand.
But that's for the season. How many games did you get for that?
How much does the stadium hold?
What is it? 75,000.
How
many games do you get to watch for the? How many games do you get to watch live?
I can't remember how many the Benz hold. I think it's 75,000.
Yeah, someone in the chat said he knows somebody who pays $7 grand for a season ticket at the Bears.
My next door neighbor, right there. My next door neighbor was a season ticket, a Falcon season ticket holder for 20 years, and he said as soon as they raise their price, he said, "Nah, I just stay home and watch it."
You can't. Yeah.
Well, and it's only 10 games.
Yeah. That's just regular. That's just regular.
Paying $9 grand, 9,000
regular
grand.
League. That's regular season. No, that's 16 games. Regular season. Regular season. That's not including playoffs, Super Bowl, not Super Bowl.
So you have to pay extra for. You still have to pay extra for them. So this is just basic season.
Way. No way. Wow.
Bingo. No, this is wild. All right, this is going to happen in the Premier League real soon. You see all them pretty little colours we see in that stadium? They'll be doing that in the Premier League soon. 100%. Because let's be real, yeah? The Cronkies own a fucking team out there. So I guarantee they're doing the same thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to find out.
Yeah. And they'll bring that over to England soon. So when you're in block block 1, Kenny, yeah?
Yeah.
You're in block 1.
3.
Block 3, sorry. You're in block 3, yeah? You're in block 3. But if you're in block 2, it'll probably be about $1 grand more. Just because they can. But if you're two seats closer in block 3 to the front, they'll probably charge another 200 quid a year.
How many Premiership clubs are owned by Americans? Because it'd be interesting to see. Because
3 was it 4? 3, 4?
4?
Nah, more than that.
You would have thought that if the Cronky's going to do it and it's an American idea, then
well, here you go.
Yeah.
The lowest, $720.
And look at where you're sitting.
You're joking me.
You'll be better off sitting at home and watching it on telly.
Hang on, you're in. How basically you basically got to be like Superman to watch one of those games.
Mate, look at that. Look at all them colours. Look at all the pretty colours. What is the difference here? Look at that right at the very top, yeah, at either end. What is the difference between the light purple and the dark purple, apart from a couple of rows? So if you're sat right at the very front of that light purple and you're sat right at the very back of that dark purple, what is the fucking difference apart from price? You're paying $200 a year more to sit one seat in front of somebody.
The thing is, right? If you talk about those prices, if people in our country got the same mindset that no matter what day of the week it is, they go watch football. Come on, we know Arsenal and Chelsea fans. I know Chelsea fans. She goes all over the world to watch Chelsea, so there's surely there's American fans of of NFL who think, you know what, this is my life, I'll pay that, and that's what they do to us in England. So they must be doing it to people in the United States as well.
Lee,
what's that price on the left? I can't see that on the left. It's got the price on the left and it's got the price on the right. What's the price on the left?
What's that?
Yeah,
Club, Premier, Reserved.
You got reserved, we got reserved, you got Premier, and you got club level. So Premier will be right when you're talking about with the green. All of these colors up till about right here.
So why does that say 200 grand, but then next to it 4 grand?
Which one here? This is the what is it they call it? It's the suite. That's the suite, I believe. I think that's the suite.
Oh, so like an executive box.
Yeah.
Yes, that's like an executive box. Yeah. That makes sense.
The tickets, yeah, and these are the tickets.
Yeah.
So
200 grand for an executive box for one season.
Nice.
Pull up Kieran's comment right there. Pull up obviously Kieran's comment. Pull up that comment right there. This is, and then you start talking about how much it costs for us to watch this shit. And then that's the crazy part is when you start seeing how much these subscription costs to watch these games. They got people have to pay. What's the Kieran? What's the direct TV package, man? It used to be direct TV, YouTube. I think it's $500 or $600 a year to if you want to watch your team, because see your team might not come on. So let's say like me, a Patriots fan, I have to go different ways to watch a Patriots game as opposed to watching Falcons game, because Falcons come on here all the time. But if I want to watch the Patriots, I got to go hunt for it. Then you got, if I want to do it the right way, you're gonna pay. You got to pay the subscription fee to watch the team, and then you got to pay. If that don't cut it, then you got to pay the cable fee, your local cable fee, because they got the rights to it. This is the same thing y'all got going on. It's the same thing.
So this is basically like having Sky Sports, TNT, Amazon Prime.
It costs the average American, for us to watch football, European football, for us to watch it, it costs some of us $500-600 a month to just sit down to try to watch the game.
No,
because we got all these subscriptions. We got subscriptions. They got everything tiered out. Matter of fact, my chat. Anybody in the chat, when y'all saw what Arsenal did this summer, what they've done the last 2 summers with this preseason, you paying to watch preseason.
Yeah, you can buy the ticket to watch the games.
That's exactly what we have to do
for a preseason game.
Yeah, it was what, $9 for a preseason game.
Yeah. For Arsenal charged per game.
Well, that's
or you can do a package.
Hold on. American Goon, I am not exaggerating. You know it just like I know it. They got all of us over here on tiers. Look at baseball fans, what baseball fans going through with direct TV right now. Baseball fans, you got baseball fans that support certain teams that's getting locked out because you got the cable company and the local TV company fighting. So the TV company said, I'm not paying this. And the direct TV said, well, this is the price because we got money to pay. We got to deal with the league. Well, we're not paying it. So they're at a standstill. So people not even watching their team. Their teams are not even coming on.
There you go. That's $700 for NFL League Pass, $80 for Peacock, $140 for Amazon, and your local cable subscription.
And that's if you ain't watching. Like for me, like I watch Brazilian football. So if you ain't watching like these obscure leagues, you really finna pay some money. It's a racket. It is an absolute racket.
Well, that's what they're doing in chat.
Hendo's just made a good point as well. Them ticket prices are only for the home games.
Yeah,
you're not playing every game at home either.
Yeah, no.
So if you've got 16 games, 8 are at home, 8 are away.
Plus, you got to fly. You got to get factor in flights and all that stuff.
Oh, gee, I forgot. Our country's tiny. We go by like train or coach. You guys got to fly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if they're paying, say, I don't know, I got 650, they're only getting 8 games.
Yeah, Fleet. One of my good buddies is an Oakland Raider. Listen, what I'm going to say.
That's mad.
He's a Las Vegas Raiders now. Las Vegas Raiders fan. He goes, listen to this now. He season ticket holder. So he goes from here to LA to Las Vegas every weekend to watch them play when they out there in Vegas playing.
What's his train ticket?
I hadn't asked him, but he goes from Vegas back here to Atlanta and comes back and goes back over there all the time. And I'm like, bro, how you do that?
Well, TJ was telling me when he went to watch the game in Los Angeles, right, how much it was costing him. I was like, are you mad? Like, it was thousands of dollars, thousands. The interesting thing is, Matty, right at the bottom of what you just showed us, that LA Rams thing, yeah, it said $2 would be added to the ticket price. I mean, how money grabbing is that?
It happens here. I think that's what happened. It happens here all the time nowadays. Basically, is it like a delivery fee or something?
It's like some facility fee. You know, these records they just make up. Y'all know it's just like, oh well,
pay $700, right? And you're gonna get $2 added on. I mean, Jesus, come on.
I think what's happening is that I just think it's a farce. But you think about it in our country, when you think about the amount of people we've got in this country in terms of population, this country is tiny. You know, you can go from London to New York to Newcastle in a day, and you look at the away games of all the football matches that occur in this country. There's always guaranteed 3,000. But say we have a situation, the NFL or the MLS, they got to fly.
Yeah, you got so yeah. If let's just in a perfect world, let's just say if Arsenal was here and Spurs was way out in California, I'll have to fly out there. Y'all have to go fly to that game to go. Yeah, that's why I watch it right here at the house. There's no way that a working person can afford this stuff these days. You could pay anybody that's older, that's in their 40s and 50s, 60s, 70s. Y'all know back in the day, a lot of these American sports, you used to go get a ticket for like $15, $20, maybe $40 on the high end, about $150 if you want to go, if you want to really want to do it. And then you can go enjoy yourself at a game on a afternoon out or something like that with the kids. Now, no way. These people are going to these games with 3 or 4 kids. You got 2 adults. I mean, you literally have to budget.
Mate, it's the same. It's the same in Spain. Like Kenny, you guys know how far it is from London to Newcastle. It's about a 6-hour drive, yeah. But and stop offs. You're gonna do a tank of fuel each way. Yeah, so that's what, another 70, 800 quid. Yeah, let's say 7.5 hours each way. If you want to go from Celta Vigo to Sevilla as a Celta Vigo fan, that's a 24-hour round trip.
That's mental.
If you want to go from Girona to Sevilla or to Cadiz, that's 20 hours each, 20-hour round trip.
Now, Kenny, let me throw this out there. I remember when Arsenal was over here. I think it was last year. They played on one side of the country, then they went to the other one. Now, the channel that should not be named, they were all here, and they went from the West Coast to the East Coast. So you got to imagine if you're going from the West Coast to the East Coast, and then you're going up to like New York, New Jersey, North side to tell you how expensive. Anybody in this chat know how expensive New York and New Jersey is. You going from LA, which is already expensive, to going out to New York, New Jersey. How much money we spend here?
Matty, that's like 3 time zones, isn't it? Across America.
Yeah. You know what someone told me? Someone told me, and Matty, you got to correct me. Someone told me that the state of Texas is bigger than the United Kingdom. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's massive. Texas is fucking huge.
Is it bigger than the United Kingdom?
It takes 2 days. If you're driving through Texas, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. If you're driving through Texas, I think it's 2 or 3 days before you get through it.
So it's bigger than the United Kingdom. That's mental.
Yes, it's 3 times bigger than the UK. 3 times bigger. That's what I'm saying, man. But this is the thing as well, yeah. Like over here, yeah, to go from if you're a Bilbao fan, this is why, like when I do the La Liga games, I'll sit there, I'll take the piss at times. I'll go, oh yeah, look, there's a whole 20 people in the stadium, away fans. That's because it's a 10-hour drive. Yeah, and not only that, you've then got you'll be playing Mallorca. That's a whole different island. You have to get a flight. You have to go and watch Mallorca or Tenerife. Like if you get Tenerife in the cup, you've got to get a fucking plane across the water to go to Tenerife.
was chatting to Dowell the other day. He's coming over next August for the Oasis concert with his family, his wife and his 2 kids, to the Edinburgh gig, right? And he was chatting away, and he said, "Oh, I want to meet up with a few people and this and that." And he said to me, "How far's Edinburgh to where you are?" I said, "Well, it's a long way, man. It's over 600 miles." And he went,
Edinburgh, that's a good 9-hour drive, easy, 10 hours.
And I said, he said, "Oh, that's not far." That's like,
It's because we drive. Yeah, that's good. That's
Really?
you know. Yeah,
Really?
He obviously hasn't sat on the M6 roadworks, mate.
at least we drive.
I
Over
said,
here,
forget driving, man. Get a train. I
Yeah,
said,
as soon as you get past Blackpool on the motorway, yeah, there's no traffic. You know this, Jez. As soon as you go up north, up Cumbria, yeah, there's no traffic at all. As soon as you go past Blackpool on the motorway, it's just beautiful scenery and no traffic at all. But anywhere below Blackpool, gridlocked.
I just think, like, you know, when I heard that and you guys confirmed it, I was just thinking, Jesus Christ. And I was actually abroad, and I realised how big certain countries are, especially around the Americas.
Yeah.
But you know, when someone told me that Texas is big, is that massive, I knew it was big. I know America's a monster country, but a state, the Lone Star State, is bigger than the whole of the United Kingdom. Bloody hell.
Crazy, isn't it? Let me grab these super chats quickly, because they've been stacking up. But let's up to everyone locked in, yeah? Big up Lauren, babe. Toronto Maple Leaf sell their premium seats to corporates. We call them the suits.
Yep.
They're only there to close business deals. The peasants sit in the rafters. If they can afford it, $400 plus for a nosebleed ticket. That's mad. That is actually mad. But it's true. This is what it's about, yeah? Like with Arsenal, it's not so much about closing deals, yeah? But it's about the money. An executive box, I don't know if they've put their prices up, but Arsenal, an executive box is 60 grand a year, I think. And you have to sign up for 3 years. I don't know if the prices have gone up or down, but back when I was going, yeah, the executive boxes, and that don't include food. If you want food and drink as well, you pay extra. Yeah, you pay extra. Yeah, there's 60 grand a year, and you have to sign a 3-year contract. So you've got to sign up for 180 grand basically, and that's without food and drink.
it's like Lauren said over here. The suits, they'll let's say this is 75 grand a year. They'll pay that 75 grand a year, and they'll host their functions there. They use it as a tax write-off.
Yeah, that's all it is. See, the thing is, Arsenal have got all the players have a box. Yeah, then you've got what's it called? The Premier League have a box. Yeah, then you've got Visit Rwanda have got a box. TNT have got a box. Yeah, all the sponsors have their own box. VBet and all that lot, they all have their own boxes. Then you have some of the celebs, they'll have a box. Like Frank Warren's got a box. What's his name? Fucking Chipmunk's got a box. Like, there's loads of them. There's fucking shitloads of them. Yeah, I remember when I was in whose box was I in? I was in that Graham's box. You know Graham, didn't you? You know, the guy who runs the waste company. Yeah, I was in his box.
Yeah.
And me and Troop.
I wonder why he got in trouble. I wonder which
I wonder, because he had a box.
TV channel got him in trouble.
Yeah, he had a box. This is how caked that guy is, yeah? He had a box at the O2, yeah, for concerts. He had a box at the Emirates. He had 2 boxes at the Emirates. And he had a box at Wembley. Yeah, so if there was a concert at Wembley, you could go and sit in his box. Yeah, he had 2 boxes at the Emirates because he was an Arsenal fan, and he had a box at the O2 Arena as well. Yeah, think how much fucking dough that is. Different world. Big up to GJG.
Experience though, are you? You know.
Well, to be fair, it was decent when it was pissing down with rain. Yeah, you just go and sit inside and watch it on the TV through the window.
I actually went on a corporate. I went to watch Man United Crawley Town. I was invited by a boiler company who had a box at Old Trafford, and it was very nice. And it was a very small box. I won't lie. You know, you could get about 6 people in it, and you get drink and you get food, but you're not allowed to. If you wanted to drink during the game, you had to pull the blinds down.
The blinds down, yeah.
Not allowed to.
Yeah, see the food. I'll tell you the one thing, right? So the food at the Emirates is dog shit. Like on the concourse, it is dog shit. The food in the executive boxes, that sushi. Oh my days! Yeah, they came in with this big tray of sushi at half time. Yeah, and Troops is like, oh, I don't really like it. I was like, what? You're Jamaican, you don't like fish? Like, what are we doing here? Yeah, I was just filling my face with sushi. I was like, get out of here, man. You don't like it anyway. Move. But yeah, the sushi in the executive box was A1, mate. Absolutely banging.
But
Yeah, I
if
don't
you
know
pay
how much extra.
more, you'd expect it to be good.
Yeah, I don't know whether you can pay for food per day or per game, like for food and drink, and you add that on extra for that game, or whether you have to do it as a package for the whole season. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure you'd be able to just add it on per game. But yeah, the sushi in the executive boxes was fucking A1, mate. Proper. Big ups, GJG. I feel like it's only Man City are the only ones who are scouting. Well, Chelsea as well, to be fair. They seem to be buying up everyone. They're buying literally everyone. I think they've got a transfer ban coming. So they're looking.
You can stick your sushi, mate. I can't stand this shit.
A bit of maki, man. A little bit of maki. I could eat the whole tray.
I take you one thing. With Chelsea, all these transfer bans of PSR. I just got this feeling that Man City are going to walk, man. I reckon that they're going to.
100%. Nothing's happening to them. They're so confident. Yeah.
They seem so sure of themselves, don't they?
Mate, these new leaks that apparently came out the other day were from 2 years ago, and the geezer who leaked them went to jail. And any leaks, anything that's been leaked from a hacked account can't be used as evidence in court. Any leak can't be used as evidence in court. Anything that's been hacked.
I just see holes.
And not only that, sorry to cut you as well. Not only that, Man City are alleged to be trying to get more money into their company, into City, than they actually own. Or actually have, sorry. Trying to moody the books and all that, So them new leaks, apparently, why was it showing Man City paying money out?
Lee,
what are we doing here?
If anything happened to Man City, it would have already happened. All this is dog upon the show. If it was so egregious.
And not only that, them leaks as well for Mancini and Yaya Toure and whoever else it was, they've already been thrown out by CAS anyway. Nothing's going to fucking happen to them. Nothing at all. Let's be real with it. Would the Premier League genuinely want Man City not in the Premier League anymore? It's one of their big six teams.
Not only that, would people be talking about this if we won them 2 titles we were supposed to win?
No, not really. No, but if think about it, if they saw a few UEFA with and fan holes in UEFA, and from what I've heard, the same sort of charges brought by UEFA are being brought by the Premier League. So what I'm trying to say is, what burden of proof has the Premier League got that UEFA didn't have? If it's the same charges,
yeah, exactly. And not only that, they've got the best KC in the country representing them. They're fucking sweet, mate. They've literally got the #1 King's Counsel barrister representing them. No chances that getting done. They're not getting done. No way in a million years. Let me just grab these super chats quick, Ken. We'll crack on. Big up Benno, man. Do you agree with the Mutant channel saying that Sterling is better than Chiesa? They're both shit, if I'm honest. Sorry, Liverpool fans, but they're both shit. But yeah, not really. We could have gone and bought some better wingers than that, mate, or loaned a better winger than that. But bless up Benno, bro. Big up Scotty as well. Real Betis has the most expensive season tickets outside of England at 447 quid. FC Brest the cheapest at 42 quid. 42 quid. You can't even get an Arsenal Man United game at the Emirates for that.
No,
that's crazy. Do you know what? Bayern Munich's cheapest ticket, I think, is about 80 quid. £80 for an adult season ticket. I think it's the cheap. I think there's just 80 quid. Like, you've got no chance of getting one, but the cheapest is 80 quid, I think. Yeah, and I think with the German tickets, I think away tickets, I think the travel's included. I think all your travel's included.
They are. Yeah.
They don't rip their fans off over there. You can fit every human on Earth in Texas, apparently, says Jack. Is that true?
Massive state, bro. Texas is huge.
You can put every single human being on the planet in Texas.
Texas is huge.
What?
They call it Lone Star State for a reason.
No, it's crazy. That's actually mad. But yeah, just coming back to City, they're not going to kick out City. They're not going to kick them out of the Premier League, mate. Yeah, they might end up with a little ban or something, or with a little fine. No, I don't think they will.
I don't think they'll get anything. They're not going to get anything. I think that they're going to be found. It's not. I don't think they don't need to be found innocent. It's for the Premier League to prove their case, and I don't think the Premier League can prove their case.
No, they can't. That's why it's gone on for so long. And let's be real with this, yeah. these sheikhs ain't stupid. Yeah, let's just be real with it. They're not stupid, are they? Yeah, you don't equate that much money and wealth and power without knowing what you're doing. Yeah, and having the best people backing you and giving you advice. And every time I see their CEO sitting on an interview, he just looks so cool with it. It's like we can't wait for this to be done. Yeah, and to prove our innocence. Yeah, and if I was Man City, yeah, all of the clubs that have grasped them up or tried to grasp them up or alleged that they've done something can put their case forward to the Premier League. If I'm Man City, I'm suing every one of them. Because we're one of them clubs. Chelsea are one of them clubs, apparently. Yeah, Man United are one of them clubs. Yeah, the clubs that grasped them up for something else was Wolves, Burnley, Leicester. There's loads of clubs that have fucking tried stitching them up. So if I'm Man City and I get off of all of that, I'm going after every single one of them clubs and suing them.
You know what people think? People think that there's a red cartel that involves Liverpool, Man United, and Arsenal, and we're the ones, and our three clubs are the ones who are pushing for it because we hate Man City's dominance. Because I don't hear other clubs, banging that drum about Man City's corruption. I only hear Arsenal fans bang that drum, Liverpool fans bang that drum, Man United fans bang that drum. I don't hear Chelsea fans bang that drum. I don't hear Evertonians. It's only those three clubs.
Yeah, it's crazy, and that comes back to the fact that our clubs don't do enough to overtake Man City. Because the only teams that are moaning about Man City are the ones that ain't done enough. Let's just be real with it. You see Liverpool fans moaning about them all the time. Arsenal fans are the fucking biggest babies in the football.
Man United fans are up there.
And Man United fans are the same as well. And if you're a Man United fan and you've seen Fergie's era, right, they should be outside fucking protesting. I said this to Said on Midday Live last week. I said every single one of them Man United season ticket holders, they're maybe not the ones that have just gone to their first game or they don't go very often, but every season ticket holder in that ground at the weekend when they lost 3-0, as soon as that third goal went in, they should have all walked out and booed. Yeah, the owners were there. Yeah, and the new ownership were there as well. So everyone was there. Walk out and fucking boo.
They should be pro. You know how much money the Glazers are taking out of that club?
They've taken over 2 billion quid.
No, 1.2 billion pounds they've taken out of Man United.
Yeah, and they've let that place absolutely rot. Look at the state of their stadium, Kenny.
Do you know
what they did as well? This is crazy. Not many people know this. They kicked the women out of the new training facilities for the women's team so that the men could have the women's facilities.
Wow, that's shock. That's scandalous.
The women had a brand new training complex, yeah? Brand new women's training complex, yeah? Right? They kicked the women out of it so the men could have it.
Scandalous.
Yeah. That's exactly what they've done.
But not many people know that. And if I was the women's team, I'd be going on fucking strike. I'd be saying, piss off, what are you doing here?
Can you imagine it? Can you imagine it? The amount of money they've taken out of that club. And when they actually bought the club, they loaded that immediately. As soon as they bought the club was £600 million in debt.
Yeah, they didn't even put their own money in. They got a loan to buy the club. How is that even allowed?
Yeah, so basically, they mortgaged a debt-free club, and then
stripped all their assets,
and made it full of debts of £600 million.
And if they walk out, the debt goes to the new ownership.
Yeah,
they don't even take the debt with them.
And you know the thing that killed it, right? Sir Alex Ferguson, who's meant to be their big man.
Yeah, he's a massive issue with that football club.
Yeah, but not too funny, right? As long as they give this man £2 million a year to be their ambassador, that's all right. He doesn't. They silenced him. They paid him off.
Yeah, he should be the one sitting there kicking off week in, week out. Instead, he's sitting in the stands getting his £2 million to shut up. Yeah, and let's be real. The only reason they're the owners of Man City is because of him. Yeah, and a load of horse spunk, horse semen. Yeah, I'm not even taking the piss. Mate, he's laughing. I'm not even taking the piss, mate. The whole reason, that they are the owners of Man United is a load of horse spunk.
Because of him.
Because of Fergie. And now he's sitting there creaming $2 million a year, sitting there as an ambassador, watching that club destroyed in front of his very eyes. The club that he built up, the club that he made fucking great again. Yeah. After the Munich disaster, obviously they went on and won a lot of stuff, but he built that club right up to the pinnacle, best club in the world. And he's sitting there taking $2 million a year, watching it destroyed in front of him.
There's a lot of irony when you look at look at Arsenal, you look at even Spurs, even you look at United, Liverpool. Look at how these
United's money. Yeah.
Look how these teams are being ran. I mean, you've got the same thing like we were talking earlier about Keon. You got Fergie sitting there watching this go on. You got it's just Spurs. They're more concerned about having Duran show up in the summer
and Wizkid.
and Oasis. That's what they're worried about. And when you look at City, all you see is let's just go win. Let's just go win. And it's like, who's going to wake up and decide that they want to be competitive one day? Because everybody else is just goofing off and lollygagging. And all you keep seeing every year, they raise the benchmark every single year. City does every single year. They just raise the benchmark. If it's any team that'll even try to catch Real Madrid, they may never catch them as far as popularity. But they're like, we want that's what the standard. Well, we're going to try to meet that standard. Everybody else, we're down here competing for whatever fall on the floor. And Arsenal barely doing that.
Yeah. Mate, do you know what's crazy? The horse that ended up being the horse that fucking got the Glazers in there is called, what was it called? What was the horse called, man? The fucking the Rock of Gibraltar. The Rock of Gibraltar. The Rock of Gibraltar.
The Rock of Gibraltar.
That was Fergie's horse. Yeah, that was Fergie's horse. And that's how the Glazers ended up winning the club. It weren't his horse. Exactly. It weren't his horse, but he was pretending it was his horse.
The Irish guys, it was their horse.
Yeah, he was pretending the whole time. Everyone thought it was his horse, but it weren't his horse.
No, they gave it to him as a gift, but come on, they want to kick
ain't their horse.
Yeah, but the stud fees, right, worth a million, thousands of millions of pounds. They think they're going to give in the stud fees. Are you having a laugh? They're businessmen.
No, it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy, man. But yeah, this is how fucking bent football is. Absolutely crazy. But yeah, the horse died, I think. Yeah, it did. Yeah, I think it did die. Yeah, it did.
So the Man United club, Man United die.
So did the stadium last year.
Yeah. Mate, it's crazy, isn't it? Big Man United and their roof leaks like that. Like you think, that they'd sort that out as soon as they got in there, them Ineos mob. And do you know what I find crazy as well, right? All of this, you're not allowed to own two clubs in the same competition and all of that. How comes Ineos sponsor Spurs? Because if you actually look at Spurs' dugout, the seats that they sit in have Ineos on it, and on the floor, on in front of that, and along the touchline, there's a big thing, like a big banner on the floor, and it says Ineos. So how are Ineos allowed to sponsor Spurs and own a part of Man United? How's that even possible?
Red Cartel, the Red Cartel.
Well, yeah, let's be real. Tottenham were one of the original Big Five.
No, but you talk about Ineos and Man United. They're part of the Red Cartel. Let's not forget the Red Cartel. 3 years ago, were trying to do the redistribution of the wealth to trigger it down to the smaller clubs because they wanted to, like I said, rip the rule back up and like I said, save English football. American owners for Man United, American owners of Liverpool, the Red Cartel.
Man City is playing chess while everybody else is playing checkers. They have got football clubs like Girona, the team here in New York,
Troyes,
and they are filtering their players. They're moving their. When you talk about moving players around, getting experience, they're sending their players to certain teams. And they're getting experience, and then
they got a team in China. They got a team in Australia.
Yep.
They got a team in South America.
Yep. And they're taking that talent and they're moving their talent through. Wherever team they think that the player will fit well at, and he goes there perform. If he performs, he finds himself playing for Pep over at City.
That's what they did with Savio. Savio was signed by Troyes, their sister club. Yeah, it's Troyes. That was a record fee, $6 million they paid for him. Never kicked a ball for them. They loaned him straight to Girona. He played the whole season and then joined Man City.
Yeah, and they have set up a system to where they've got their own farm system. They've got their own structure, and we don't have to worry about what everybody else is doing. We just take care of it in house. Whereas everybody else is running around, looking crazy. You signing players for that you signing players from Palmeiras for free, and then you turn around and give them $3 million talking about for good relations and all that. when they over there, moving and grooving.
But this is what Liverpool brought that Edwards guy back in for. Yeah, everyone thinks he was brought back in to build Liverpool. No, he was supposed to be building them a satellite teams. Yeah, and then he went and fucking fucked Bordeaux up, and now they're out of business because they were supposed to go and buy Bordeaux. Yeah, and he totally cocked the deal up, and now they fucking folded. Totally folded. Not in existence anymore. Mad. Zidane played for them. Like,
Yeah.
unbelievable. Like, what a club they were back in the day, and now they're out of existence. It's crazy. Big up LLE, man. He says Matt is the GOAT. Great
Appreciate
stream. Yeah, Matt's quality, man. Matt's quality. Yeah, they own a club in Brazil, a club in Japan.
Hey man, that's my team I adopted there in Brazil, Bahia.
Yeah, are they any good? Actually, that's a stupid question. They're owned by Citigroup.
Well, they're doing fairly well this year. They're doing much better than they did last year. But you can tell, you know what? Now that you mention it, I can see where they injected the money. I can see where the money, having said that, I can see now. I can see that. Yeah, it's a city. I can see it being.
See, this is the same with Girona, right? Because people say Girona because they're backed by Citigroup. That's why they were top of the league until March. Absolute bollocks. Because FFP is still a thing apparently. Yeah, and you can't spend the money. You can spend it on infrastructure. You can spend as much as you want. And Girona are doing their stadium up. They're trying to expand it because it's only like 12 or 13,000 capacity. So they're trying to do everything off the pitch. Yeah, and then that'll build up if they can keep getting in the Champions League year in, year out for the next few years. They'll be able to spend more money, which is why they had to sell Dovbyk. They had to sell Alex Garcia. They had to sell the other Eric Garcia. Yeah, they had to give Jan Couto back. They had to give Savio back. Yeah, and then they've gone and spent a bit of money this summer. But the players they've lost to the players they've brought in, it's night and day. So if he gets them in the Champions League again this season, for City, that's a fucking win. Yeah, that's a massive win. Yeah, that's a massive win because he's a good manager, that geezer. Very good manager, that Girona guy. And they play wicked football, man. Like, really nice looking football. Yeah, and if they sold Dovbyk for 30 million. Yeah, but they had to sell him. Sell him. If you get a 30 million bid on the table and you paid 7.5 mil a season before, you got to sell him, innit? It's 4 times your money. Yeah, 4 times your money. Now you can go and invest that again. And that's what they got to do. And this is why, yeah, it's not just in England. This is in every country. Yeah, it's like that cartel that Kenny was talking about. Yeah, this FFP hinders little teams becoming big teams.
Yep.
It's the big teams at the top.
Yep. Because just look at the money Newcastle just got sitting around. Could you imagine that? They got all that money just sitting around. Can't do nothing with it. Just sitting there.
Nah, it's mad. It's actually crazy.
Hey, meanwhile, we spending 800 million.
Yeah. We're doing 800 million. Yeah, Chelsea have done 1.5 billion.
United 600 million.
Yeah. Liverpool, obviously, Liverpool. Them Scousers have always been tight. Do you know what I mean? Don't cry, Scousers. I know you get rattled easy.
Hey, money's so tight they got to keep it in the frame.
Money's too tight to mention. Do you know what though? Any Scousers in this chat? Real talk. All jokes aside, yeah. I see you, Amph, man. Real talk. How much did Jurgen Klopp spend in his 9 seasons at Liverpool? Because that would be interesting to know. 9 seasons at Liverpool. How much did he actually spend? Not with sales, but total, like going out.
I'll tell you one thing. He spent the he spent the money. Who's that? The Brazilian player. What's his name? He went to
Coutinho.
He spent the Coutinho money really well.
Yeah,
Alisson,
Van Dijk and Alisson, yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, he got 140 million and then spent it on 2 decent players that are ready made. That are still there, by the way.
Yeah.
And they're still quality. Yeah, meanwhile, we're pouncing around with fucking Chelsea cast-offs and City cast-offs.
Hand me down.
Yeah. It's mad, isn't it? It is actually crazy. He spent about 850 million, yeah? Wow. So super duper Mick, yeah, is literally about 50 to 70 million behind him. But then what you'll get when you put this out there is, oh, but the landscape was different back then. Yeah, the transfer fees are more inflated now. Yeah, whatever, mate. We just done fucking like 100 million on Declan Rice.
I'm sure. You know what?
Like,
I'm sure.
With the Declan Rice back then would have been about 150. Yeah, he ain't 150 now.
I'm sure in terms of like performances. When before Klopp got there in September, October 2015.
October,
that season before Klopp got there in October 2015. We finished 3rd that season. Liverpool finished, was it 6th?
Yeah.
First season. Klopp's, you know, that season where in 15-16 we finished second and Liverpool weren't even in the top. Well, I don't think they're in the top 7, top 8.
Yeah, I think they finished
Or were
eighth.
they? I don't know.
It's fair. Yeah, I think he finished eighth. That half
Yeah,
season he
eighth.
finished eighth, I think.
Yeah, he finished
And he
eighth.
got two.
Obviously,
He got 2 finals.
he took finals. I lost one on penalty and got beaten by Sevilla.
Unai Emery Sevilla, by the way.
Yeah, 16th. We finished 16th. And then the season after that is where Liverpool pipped us on the last day for the top 4.
Yeah. And that was his first full season. Off of the back of that, yeah, he qualified for the Champions League, his first full season. He got straight to back-to-back Champions League finals from qualifying.
In fact,
He got straight to the final, lost it from Carriers fucking around. Yeah, qualified again and got straight back to the final and won it.
Well, see, that's the thing. You know that season in 2016 and 2017, we missed out. Basically, we were 2 points behind City and 1 point behind Liverpool, I believe. So that defeated the North London derby. When we lost in the North London derby, in the last North London derby at the old stadium, we were only about a point behind Klopp's Liverpool. And afterwards, they've ran away from us, and it's only in probably 2022 then we've actually caught up with them and gone past them slightly. I use the word slightly very carefully because that's what it is. We've slightly gone past them. You know what I mean? And I say it respectfully to every football fan going out there. If you want to just like close your eyes and actually, you know, put your mind back to the truth, the only team that's actually tried to actually compete with Man City is them, not us. It's them.
And they've not even tried doing it by playing Pep football. And he actually had a better head-to-head record against Man City than Pep against him. And this is why I get the ump, yeah? This is why you get the ump as well, Jez, yeah? Because we sit here, all of us have seen George Graham football. Yeah, we've seen boring 1-0 to the Arsenal, but it weren't boring at the end of the year when you win a trophy.
Nope.
Yeah, we're watching this shit now. It's boring, and we don't win anything.
Nope.
Yeah, I watched William Saliba the other night. Yeah, looked like a baby giraffe against Italy. Got absolutely destroyed for that third goal. Yeah, and I see a tweet somebody put it out saying, "Ain't easy when you got 3 centre backs in a back 4 and 2 DMs and a defensive striker."
Oh,
yeah, when you're playing a team that ain't fucking playing a 4-4, a 4-5-1, yeah, and everyone's fucking on the ultra defensive part of the bus, it ain't easy for Saliba. Yeah, he was. Mate, listen, Danny's French as well. Yeah, you see it, innit? He was fucking awful in that game. Yeah, he was all like baby giraffing all over the place for the third goal. I was like, what's he doing?
Hey, according to Geezer at the, like a different knock, he's going to be Arsenal. He's going to be the best Arsenal defender of all time, according to that.
Yeah, that geezer looks like a fucking Sam Smith from Wish.
Really? Okay.
Anyway, we are going to wrap this up on that bombshell.
I've seen a lot better defenders than him. Jesus.
Big ups to Daryl, man. Big ups to Daryl. Texas is huge, but Alaska is even bigger. 12-month membership. Bosh, big up Daryl, man.
Alaska used to be Russian, didn't it?
Alaska? I don't know.
It used to be owned by Russia, yeah.
Yeah? I never knew that. Wow.
1920s, America bought it off Russia, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. Well, we'll just have that. How much did they pay for it? 800 million? We could have bought a whole Arsenal squad for that.
Yeah.
Big up to Anthony as well, bro. I appreciate the super chat, man. I've been to Texas numerous times, and you guys are correct in that state. Texas is 3 times bigger than the entire UK. Only Russia, Canada, and China are larger than us when it comes to land mass. There you go. Maybe you can take all the fucking mutants that have infested our fan base and stick them in Texas then.
No, we don't want
them. We don't want them.
No, stick them in Alaska. It's cold.
Yeah, there's probably no Wi-Fi there either.
Pain.
Right.
They won't be able to get on their iPhones chatting shit to us.
They can't do a Alaska fan TV or something.
Alaska fan.
There's an island. Is it? I think it's called Prince. I might be wrong. Is Lauren would know. I think it's called Prince Edward Island, which is off. It's part of Canada. It's off up the top there, right up the top, and that's bigger than the UK.
Wow. Wow, it's mad, isn't it? Fucking the UK is tiny.
It is.
It
Really.
is actually tiny. Yeah, 7.2 million for Alaska in 1867.
That's
Yeah.
There you
it.
go.
I was
There you
close.
go.
I was 20.
That could pay 29's wages for 6 months.
Yeah.
In fact, it's
Yeah.
about 4 months actually. Anyway, we are going to wrap this up. I've got a watch on coming up in about 20 minutes. France are playing Belgium, so I will be there for that. But been a cracking show. Still 900 people locked in. Smash the likes up. We're going to redirect to my watch along. Kenny, sorry, Jez. Let me go with Jez. We'll go around. Jez, what you got coming up, mate? Appreciate the love as always.
Thanks, mate. Yeah, I was going to do a watch long tonight for the Wales game, but I've cancelled it because me and the wife are going to go out for a meal. We haven't been out for ages, and I'm saying, right, let's go for a meal. And then tomorrow night, I'm going to do the England game, Finland. And then, of course, 6 o'clock Wednesday's the weekly chat show. So if you boys are around with Kenny, you're more than welcome to join us. And 6 o'clock, as always, on a Wednesday, the weekly chat. We're going to talk about the upcoming North London derby and all that. So there we go.
There we go. Kenny's link is also in that chat as well. Pinned comment. Kenny, what you got coming up, mate?
I'm going to be with Jason. I'm watching, previewing North London derby. It's a must-win game for both Arsenal and Spurs. Just as much for Spurs as it is for us. Massive game. And I think the talk's going to be about team selection, particularly who's going to play in midfield and who's going to play on the left. I think that's going to be like major talking point, I believe, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, North London together in that. North London together. What do we think at Tottenham? It'll be interesting. They can't. They totally fucking ruined that rivalry. Even though I don't rate them anyway and don't think it's a rivalry, but they do. Yeah, and they've totally killed their own rivalry now. But there we go. And Matty's link's in the pinned comment as well. And a question for Matty. Did you see that Dak got a new contract, Arsenal like Cowboys?
Yeah, man.
What that means.
Basically, let's put it like this. Just think about the Ozil contract. And this fella here just got the Ozil contract for 4 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
the big bucks.
Yep. So Cowboy fans, y'all just suffer on. Just keep suffering. Wednesday, I will be with Jez. We'll be talking about the North London United Conference that'll be taking this Sunday. So we'll be talking about
that. That's twice in one show, Kenny. That's no stinker and hooked, Kenny.
Yeah. So we'll be talking about that. So make sure that everybody register and get your membership packages to show up after breakout sessions, So we'll be talking about that for this weekend, and I may do something this week if my schedule free up. But other than that, man, glad to be here with you guys. Always enjoy it. This is one of my favorite things to do on a Monday. So,
nah, come on, always love, man. All three of the lads' links are pinned comment, guys. And yeah, I'm professional, Kenny. That's a fine. Roy Keane would ban you from a press conference for that.
I'm going to start turning this off, like during podcasts, that.
No, you got to keep it on, Kenny. You got to keep it on. Yeah, and we're going to end on this super chat. I went to see the 4-in-a-row Premier League trophy tour in Delhi. It was so good. I've been a City fan from 2014. Last 5 years, City grown exponentially here, and almost every kid now supports City. Wow, mate, you know what? It's like that over here. Yeah, there's so many City fans out here that are Spanish. It's fucking crazy. That's probably because Rodri, but and Pep, I suppose. But yeah, there's a lot of City fans in Spain, man. Like Spanish kids as well. Like you see them walking around with their shirts on, man. Like it's just like don't see any Spanish kids wearing Arsenal shirts.
I actually said the other day, right, me being the mouthy shit I am, right, I was in a pub and there's a guy there, he's about 30, and I said he had a Man City shirt on. I said, oh, you're a City fan? And he went, yeah. I said, oh, right, how often did you get to the Etihad? Never been.
This is what success brings, though, Jez. All the biggest clubs in the world, have got the biggest fan bases. Like all the most successful clubs have got the biggest fan bases because believe it or not, these people that say they don't like trophies and it's all about a process, they actually do like trophies. Hence why they supported Arsenal in the first place. Yeah, because of this lot on the green screen. Yeah, they all supported because Arsene Wenger's Arsenal was winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, if Arsene Wenger's Arsenal weren't doing anything, they wouldn't be supporting them. Otherwise, teams like Tottenham and teams like fucking West Ham would have bigger fan bases than us, wouldn't they? Because if it ain't about, if it's not about the trophies, then why have these other clubs not got massive fan bases worldwide then? Yeah, the biggest clubs around the world are the most successful clubs around the world.
Used to be.
Well, used to be, yeah.
Used to be, you know what I mean?
And now it's just the ones with the biggest PR. But there we go. Anyway, that's for another stream. Yeah, it's all about the journey, guys. It's all about the journey. But yeah, cracking show as always. Again, another 2-hour show. Fucking hell. It's gone super quick. And yeah, Kenny Stinker and Hooked playing like Calvin Phillips.
Actually, Lee, I have noticed on your Twitter that if a player anytime someone gets substituted, like you always follow it with Stinker Hooked.
Yeah,
bloody hell. There's going to be a few players in North London Derby. There's a few players in North London Derby you'll be doing that about. Trust me, this Sunday.
It could be some Stinker Hooks.
These people get absolutely rattled by it as well. You're a 50-year-old man. We'll have a bit of fucking respect then, you mutant. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here?
I'm going to be in the same place as I was last season in the away end. You know, hopefully it's the same outcome as the last 2 seasons.
Hopefully.
We're going to have a good chat about that. We're going to have a good chat about that.
Yeah, I'll join for that. I'll be there for that Wednesday.
Hope we're going to have a Jorginho Stinker.
Oh, Odegaard Stinker and Hawks. Biblical Stinker.
What I did the other night, but I called out all the Arsenal fans that supported Spurs. Right, there's a lot of people there didn't like that because
they'll be getting their half and half scarves at the weekend. Like,
I went into that.
He's getting angry already. Ches is rattled. Yeah,
I had a meltdown on that one. Yeah, dear God Almighty.
They'll be getting the Spurs shirt. Do you remember when we played? Do you remember when we played West Ham and somebody stitched the West Ham and Arsenal shirt together?
Yeah.
They'll be doing that for the Spurs shirt at the weekend.
No.
It's you know what? It's all going to be kind of forgotten. But the fact is that we, unfortunately, the good thing about YouTube is that you know the evidence is always going to be there. We all know who were supporting Tottenham, who were crying when Son missed that chance. I mean,
they're all on their knees.
Film yourself.
Mate. He missed on purpose.
Son missed that chance.
He missed on purpose.
Get your super chats in.
Yeah, get your super chats in, guys. That was inside 1 minute, wasn't it?
Tell you what, guys, I'm actually convinced, right? YouTube is run by Spurs fans because that show I did the other night, right, was one of the best watched shows apart from the one we had last week where we had over 7,000 people watching us, right? Yeah, they popped me on limited ads for that show and they still have me. And I'm like, thanks a lot for that, people. You know, one of the best shows views I get, yeah, and you put me on limited ads and it's still on limited ads, you bastards.
Don't worry, man. I'm going to have this lot on strings at the weekend. 1 scoreline and a bisexual flag. And the team name is going to be North London Together. If the score ends up 2-1, the score is free.
When I do
my fan cam, I'm going to sit there and go, so North London Together free. Anyway, so let's talk about the game.
Hey, Lee, just think Arsenal fans used to need an escort to go to that ground.
Oh, they're idolised now, mate. They can skip down holding hands, sing Ring a Ring of Roses.
Hey, they're sitting in the shuttle now, man. They get a shuttle.
Hey, they can even wear their colours when they go there.
Yeah, man.
Imagine, right, this weekend, Kenny, when you're going there, right, you're going to have the Gooners, right? Because now Arsenal, I received a thing the other day about what makes you a Gooner, and I'm thinking, what? You used to distance yourselves from the Gooners, and now we're all Gooners. So we can have the Gooners, right? All the Gooners and the United, all dancing down 7 Sisters. Yeah. All right, mate. How you doing? Yeah, it's all good fun, buddies.
Yeah, they'll all take their rainbow flags. Yeah, they'll have their unicorns like with them. Like, it's going to be great. It's going to be one big. It's going to be one big party on North London Derby Day, lads.
Pull up
Yeah.
Chill's comment, Lee. Pull up Chill's comment down there. That's how it's gonna be on Sunday.
Where is it? Oh, it's no. Yeah. Who won? Everyone. Yay.
Yay! Don't matter anymore. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. It's mad. Why are you gay? We need to end the stream before I get cancelled. Anyway, big up to everyone who's logged in. Big up to the lads. Big up to everyone who's liked, commented, shared, subbed. So make sure you sub to the lads as well. Big up to everyone drops a super chat in as well. I'm going live in 10 minutes to watch France versus Belgium. Anyone who wants to watch that, it's on via Play International on YouTube. So you can watch it on there. Via Play International on YouTube. So yeah, I was going to do the Odegaard game, but I didn't realize it started at the same time because he dropped a fucking biblical stinker the other day against Kazakhstan. Very quickly, yeah. How do you have a 6'5" fucking robot up front, a goal scoring machine, a freak of nature, and you've crossed the ball 9 times and you've completed 1 out of 9? How is that even possible?
Lee, I got an answer to that. Yeah, you don't. If you noticed it on Twitter that all of a sudden everyone's got memes of Mesut Ozil and talking about what
yeah. Oh yeah. All of a sudden they're on Odegaard's case.
Is that in response to Martin Odegaard being out of form?
Having one created chance since April the 22nd.
Yeah.
One.
They're all piling over after Ozil now.
The creative spark. Anyway, big up to Northside and Flawless who raided as well. I didn't mention it at the time, but big up to both of them. But yeah, listen, I'm going to redirect to my watch along. I'll be there in 10 minutes, people, and we're out. Edu out.
All the way out.
Sort your shit